happened? Mama scare you? No. Let that man walk.
Oh my God! Get the fuckers away from me!
Hi, I'm Cynthia. This is Drago. Husband Eric is traveling. He's sorry he couldn't be here today, but I am in good hands. He has left me and my daughter with our 3 Presa Canarios here in Northern Virginia. Drago his birthday is it's December 30th, 2020. So what does that make him, about a year and a half old almost? Drago needs to be kept super busy. So Drago goes to doggy daycare. Drago loves to wrestle with Cleo, play tug of war. Drago likes to dig. Drago is a digger, so he will graciously dig holes for us. And Drago likes to snuggle. Huh. Nala is my first Presa. Nala is the queen of this house. Everybody else knows that what Nala wants, Nala gets. Nala is the sweetest. So Nala is not a high drive Presa. Nala is, my husband and I actually joke that Drago's the working Presa and Nala's the show Presa. And it shows in their personalities. She is absolutely amazing. She sleeps with us at night. And actually it happened because one day Drago chewed up her bed and she helped him with it. So she wasn't getting a new one for a while, but she just decided she didn't need a new one. She was going to sleep in our bed, and it has kind of just stuck. She's amazing. She's a great protection dog. While Nala she's not aggressive like an antagonist, but she's certainly on alert, and she makes sure that we're all safe. And she loves the birds. She chases the birds around in the backyard, which is freaking hilarious. Huh. My baby. You're your mama's girl. So Nala was born at a time right before my dad passed away, and he passed away 2 weeks after we got her. So Nala came into the home. Nala was not going to do a crate. She let us know very loudly that was not an option. And because she really was a great emotional, she's shedding. She really was a great emotional support for me. And then right after she passed, my entire family was in town and my siblings. So Nala just got extremely spoiled from the second that she got in the house. Nala goes everywhere I go. Nala goes, so I don't know. I'm honestly, if you ask me what we did, I really don't know. We just love her. We love all of them, and we take their comfort. We're really big on routine and structure. Just like we were with our kids, giving them their own safe spaces. So, we have 3 Presas in a, confined space. So we need to make sure that everyone has their own safe place that they can go to when they just feel stressed. And so each of them has an area of the house that they can kind of retreat to. And I think that helps as we've added more animals. And also too, Nala being our first Presa she had to be taught how to be gentle with the cat. She couldn't come in and just, because Nala's personality when we first got her, she was a little terrorist, a little land piranha. So we had to work to kind of teach her that you've got to chill out a bit, little girl.
Nala! You're gorgeous, girl.
Yes, and Nala's eyes and her mask were the first thing that I fell in love with. It's just something about her face that is just the sweetest. And I love her Eeyore ears. Yeah, you can't have anything with them. They just don't allow it. My crepe myrtles are dead from Drago peeing on them. Yeah, you just can't have anything. And I've just resigned to, which is why we're going to also get another house, because this house came before the Presas. The Presas and this house do not they're not working well together. So we'll just get one that's and we must be the only, sometimes my husband and I laugh. We're like, do you hear us? We're getting a house and designing it for our dogs. It was sometimes when you think, or when I talk to my best friend, she's also a dog person. Sometimes I'll say stuff and I'm just talking, and what she gets from it I'm like, that wasn't the point of this conversation. Like I said something like the TV, we leave the TV on for Drago. And I said something about the Weather Channel, like it wasn't coming in or whatever. And the only thing she heard, so I was actually talking about something else was the point of the conversation. And that's the only thing she heard. She said, you leave the TV on for Drago? And she's like, okay. Or like it'll be like little stuff. Like I won't even realize it. Like I'm stopping at Starbucks for Nala. And it's really because we've been out, been running errands. I didn't get anything for her. So we're going to go get her pup cup. Like, and I don't even realize anything like off in what I'm saying. It's just, Tori, my daughter, poor thing, sometimes I'll cook for the dogs and she'll say, oh, I was yelling at her one night about Cleo. And I was like, you didn't feed her? And I'm like, she's got to eat because Cleo and Drago will drop weight really quickly. So you have to make sure that they eat and they have all their snacks and stuff. So she said, well, is your daughter? No, she said, am I going to get fed tonight? So here I am yelling about the dog getting fed. I was like, oh, good point. Like this is my actual child I'm legally responsible to feed. And sometimes I swear I love my daughter, but I think she's jealous of Nala sometimes. Everyone in the house thinks that Nala, like you treat just Nala, you just favorite Nala.
You okay, bud?
No, you can open the door and let him out.
You can come out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I only put him down there because she wasn't gonna come up here. Like I wouldn't have been able to get her to do what she needed to do with the bone. Hey, Tugga. No.
Here, come. Seen too many of them. I'm like,
And that's what I mean. Like you have to respond to them really quickly.
yeah. That's smart. You're on. It was nuts.
Yeah, you have to just like. But that's what I realize. When you have them, you always have to be on high alert. You always have. Like, so that is one thing that I do know about them. I can never be laxed or take for granted that. Like I need to make sure that they're always safe. That people around them are safe. And so it's a constant. When I'm with them, I'm watching for cues and body language and what's around. And so I try my best to not put them in a position where something could go wrong. And that's why I'm like, we'll separate and everyone has a routine. Like Drago gets out and he eats first. Drago eats down in the basement. He'll eat first. Then he goes outside. Nala will come down. Nala will eat. Then she normally eats in the kitchen. She'll go outside. Cleo, normally she'll eat in her kennel because Cleo, she either needs, so they all like for someone to be with them when they're eating. And I used to feed them together and you had to supervise them. But with 3 of them, it's just too hard to keep everyone in their own bowls. And they all eat different things for different reasons. They have different nutritional needs. So keeping them out of each other's bowls was getting ready to send me to the nut house, which is why it works now. Drago eats downstairs. Cleo eats in her kennel because I need for Nala not to eat Cleo's food. Or Cleo will eat with Tori upstairs. So it's like it goes Drago, Nala, Cleo, and then everyone can go outside together. And so it's a good, their routine in the morning is a good 2 hours. I have to take Drago on a walk. Drago goes on a 4.5-mile walk a day because it sets his tone for the day so that he's not like super amped up. And you can tell the difference if he's had his walk or he hasn't. So if my day has to start too early, I try really hard not to start work before 9 in the morning because I need to give the dogs that time and settle them. So on days, like you can tell how off everything is. If I have to go to like a 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. call and I'm rushed into work sooner, because it's just hard. And I have to be careful about taking them out before the sun rises because there are coyotes in the neighborhood. So it's just a whole balance of their needs. And then they get stubborn. Nala gets in a mood. She doesn't want to listen this morning. It's taking longer to coax her. Drago doesn't want to eat. He wants to play. And I've got to tell him, come on, buddy, I need you to eat. Mommy needs you to eat. I spend my day begging my presses to eat and to do things. Like I've never catered more to an animal. Yes, this is Cleo. Oh, Cleo's the sweetest of all of them. Cleo is 4 years old. Actually, her birthday is this month. She'll be 4 years old. Cleo's just Cleo's actually my daughter's Presa. Um, but you can just see how loving she is. She's, like I said, she's like the most chill of all of them. Very seldom does Cleo get into a fight with the others, and she's almost never the one who started it. It's usually Nala who provokes most things, or Drago who's gotten on someone's nerves and they've snapped at him. But she's just a good girl. Cleo's the most stubborn of all of them. If they don't want to, that's one thing about this breed. If they don't want to do something, you need to have really good training, because I have never in my life witnessed they're so intelligent and they know when they don't want to do something. And that's the other thing. I find myself talking in Mickey Mouse voice. The more I'm trying to get them to do something, you have to be. A trainer once told me that they have to want to work for you. And would you want to work for someone who had a grumpy voice or who is mean? So yeah, my voice will be 20 octaves high, trying to get them when they don't want to do something. These are my babies, though. And Cleo is such a good mom. Like, that's one of the things I love with her, is watching her with her puppies. She kind of just, she gets them all in and she kind of wraps her body around them. And then she just takes a nap because she's so tired. And there's the one that, like, if she doesn't want me to pick up the puppy, it's funny. I went to go get him earlier, and she put her head down on him, like, leave my babies alone. And I swear she can count. She goes in, and she's like sniffing each one to make sure that they're all there. Oh, sorry. I need to let her go back to them.